FIFA Under-20 women have enough time to prepare for Ghana, coach Ayub Khalifa says.
Was brought to you by Everywhere You Go, MTN.
Once again, thank you for joining us. We now give you the news in detail. The United Arab Emirates has reversed the ban earlier placed on passenger flights from Entebbe International Airport to Dubai with immediate effect, citing the increasing number of COVID-19 positive cases as Omicron variant intensified ahead of the festive season. Foreign airlines had ceased accepting passengers from Uganda to Dubai. Under the new regulations, passengers from Uganda to Dubai will have to present 2 negative PCR certificates and also quarantine on arrival in Dubai for a day.
We're very excited to be able to take on the skies again, to be able to fly passengers to Dubai. So our operations will resume again to fly passengers to Dubai tomorrow, 8th of January 2022. But with that, we have been carrying on with our cargo operations. So they've been in full effect, and we'll still carry on with our cargo operations. But now, what does this lifting of the ban mean? It means that we've got a second chance to be able to do business again, for our passengers to be able to go to this lucrative route. It means that also they will have to take their COVID tests within the 48 hours, and then also the 6-hour COVID test has to be taken at the airport or any accredited lab within Entebbe or outside the airport. They will also expected to have another COVID test as they get to Dubai, and that test means that when they take it, they'll have to self-quarantine.
Uganda's current vaccination rate stands at 18.2%, representing 4,006,021 who have been fully vaccinated. It is for this reason that the Ministry of Health continues to encourage the public to go for COVID-19 vaccination. Now, by the end of March 2022, it will be a requirement to present a COVID-19 certificate to access some services. Let's take a look at these details.
There is a noticeable low rate of vaccination due to inadequate resources to facilitate health workers to administer doses in hard-to-reach areas. Minister for Health Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng disclosed this while addressing journalists at Uganda Media Center in Kampala. A cross-section of the public prefer a single-dose shot to double shots.
What has happened is that when we deliver other vaccines, it is rejected, and therefore we have to consider reverse logistics, which is very cumbersome. And that is why we have been emphasizing that all vaccines are the same. We prefer to take the single-dose vaccines to hard-to-reach areas where we can go once and it is economically more sound.
The Ministry of Health is recommending a booster dose for the elderly above 50 years. Security, health workers, teachers, transport crew members and the media have also been added onto the list.
Bar and nightclub workers, market vendors and workers, religious leaders. We shall begin with health workers and teachers and the security forces now, in addition to the elderly.
Government is advising travelers to present a COVID-19 vaccination card of receipt for at least a single dose. By March 2022, citizens shall be required to present a COVID-19 certificate of full immunity.
The Ministry of Health is working on a system that will be able to validate vaccination cards of all those vaccinated by the Ministry of Health.
The ministry's official position on school reopening is that no student should be barred from accessing school premises before conducting a COVID-19 test.
School heads are further reminded to build and maintain strong collaboration with the health facilities and workers nearest to their institutions, and constantly seek for guidance and support from their respective district COVID-19 task forces.
The process of manufacturing a local vaccine for COVID-19 is still in the offing. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News.
The Uganda Land Commission has dedicated over 300 acres of land to the Senegalese-American-based R&B star Damala Badara, also known as Akon, in Mukono district, for establishment of a state-of-the-art modern city. The land situated in Bulevi in Mumpunge sub-county in Mukono district has been officially handed over to the Lands Minister Judith Nabakova.
In 2021, we celebrated Senegalese American R&B star popularly known as Akon, who was in Uganda and instantly fell in love with the beauty. Also known as Damala Badara, Akon was hosted by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at State House in Entebbe, where he expressed interest of investing in Uganda.
Where we are sitting now is a few minutes south of the equator. When you are coming there, we cross the equator. They're in a position to where they can be more control, create, start opportunities, create programs for the youth that trains them, give them confidence again.
Now the Lands Ministry has identified a chunk of land for the Senegalese music maestro to establish a city. The land has been surrendered to the Lands Minister Judith Nabakova, who is expected to table it to the President before it is handed over to the Senegalese American star.
Looks to be a lot of subdivision, but fortunately, Madam Minister, this is the title, clearly in the name of the Uganda Land Commission. So whatever activities they have done here, will going to be illegal activities.
Akon, who came to our country in need of land where he can do business and make Uganda more attractive. Uganda as a country, we are lucky that we've got such good places, and Mukono in particular, my district.
And it's a beautiful place. But as the RDC has just said, such a beautiful place is not generating any income to the country. It's not creating any job for anybody in this place. So when you mention to us that there's a presidential directive that government should look for land for a developer, we were excited and we mentioned to you that there is this land here.
And definitely Mukono cannot remain the same. If we agree as a team and we give this land to a serious developer.
Judith Nabakova was in the company of State Minister for Housing, Persis Namuganza.
Nsanyuse kuba president adatadde kuninga ngagamba nalimba bano abaana naye bankubira amewol president taka tebalifuna, so ndowooza if it's a search we have found, I think no more search kuba buli kimu kyetaagisa we kiri, because it's like every month I get calls from his representatives. Tebaliiwo kati bali bweru naye they call to find out the progress. Ate era bwe babeera bazze baagala bamanyi, ate nga omukulembeze bwe yeeyama n'atulagira tuba tulina okulaba nti ekiragiro ekyo kiteekebwa mu nkola.
During his 2021 visit to Uganda, Akon was much pleased with what he saw in the country, especially the beautiful weather and the lush green environment.
Just from my visit here, there's so much about Uganda I never knew even existed. It's a certain welcome that I never knew Uganda even had. When you look at how Uganda has been promoted and how Ugandans have been promoted internationally.
The freehold land is annexed to the 1.6 square mile land, which according to the ministry will have local investors brought on board. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
There is a deepening row between school operators and parents on the recovery of school fees paid during the term that prematurely ended in June 2021 at the start of the second COVID-19 lockdown. Several parents had just paid school fees for their children when the government announced the lockdown a day to the scheduled reopening day for children in lower primary. Let's take a look at these details.
Schools across the country will be opening in a staggered manner beginning Monday next week, 2 years after they were closed due to COVID-19 pandemic.
We had a lockdown. We have a category of the senior twos who were hardly a month in school.
However, there is a deepening row between school operators and parents on the recovery of school fees paid during the term that prematurely ended in June 2021.
Kululi twafiirwa nnyo kubanga nyina ne wa siniya mukaaga era kululi twaddamu ne tusasula kyensaba bannange.
During the media briefing at Rwachitula, the First Lady, who is also the Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, directed that learners who had spent only 2 weeks in school and had cleared their tuition before the lockdown should not pay again for this year's first term.
The ministry will not tolerate situations where parents are charged school fees twice or where unrealistically high charges are imposed on parents.
The directive created a debate among school operators and parents.
Twali tudde ku mmeeza n'abasomesa ne tugabana kuba luli twatumaze bbawa ssente zaffe ne tugabana ne batwalako haafu naffe ntwalako haafu ne tusolvinga ekintu ekyo. So kinalibadde nsaba nze ng'omuzadde.
Expecting parents of senior 2 to pay again. We are just encouraging parents of senior 2 to make sure that their children have all the necessary scholastic materials. Make sure the uniforms are still good, they are fitting, they are not torn, so that when the child reports, he's really smart and ready to learn.
It has been a norm for most private schools always to hike fees at the start of the new academic year. Parents are now appealing to schools not to be over demanding, considering most their revenue base is low due to COVID-19.
Let us understand the current situation we are in. The parents and guardians we are looking at, we are talking about, have had challenges as a result of COVID-19. Some lost their jobs, others are at half pay, others were told to go home and wait until the situation normalizes.
Ugandan National Teachers Union General Secretary Baguma Philbert wants school operators not to take advantage of the current situation to exploit parents.
To monitor and see the implementation of what they are talking about. This is not to punish anybody, but this is to bring a win-win situation in the current environment we are working in.
To inform the country that the Ministry of Education and Sports is taking steps to comprehensively but fairly and equitably address the issue of unregulated school charges.
At least 16 million learners in secondary and primary schools across the country have been at home since March 2020 due to fear of COVID-19 infection. Haruna Mutesasira, UBC News.
Christians have been challenged to spiritually prepare for eternity when the time comes. This was emphasized at All Saints Cathedral in Kampala during the funeral service of Eseza Lumala Dombo, the mother of NRM Director for Information, Emmanuel Dombo, who died on the 5th of January 2022. Burial scheduled for Sunday 9th January 2022 in Butaleja District.
Dear Eseza, we loved you so much, but your Father in heaven called you back so that you may sleep well.
I'm one of the sons to Mama Eseza Rumala and to her dear husband who no longer lives. He left this world about 12 years ago, Abiathari Rumala Dombo. This woman was a housewife. She studied and reached P5 and then got my father. If in the 1940s my grandfather could put her in school to get to P5, and in 2020 they are still pleading with people to take girl children to school, you can see how great Eseza must have been.
These were some of the expressions that mourners made at the funeral service of 90-year-old Eseza Rumala. The mother to Emmanuel Dombo, the Director Information at NRM Secretariat, was hailed by many, including national leaders.
No wonder that a number of our children are occupying responsible offices in this country and are serving the nation diligently in their various capacities.
Her passing leaves a glaring gap, which as a matriarch, she has been the center of equilibrium for the family. So as your joy has grown dim, we pray that the Almighty God, who changes not, shall abide with you.
Family members who knew the deceased at personal level spoke fondly of her generosity. Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Bariomunsi, is one such family friend.
When I visited them in Bunyole, I think the mother saw a son who was lost in Chigezi, and through interactions we became very close. And I don't know, it seems he spotted that I like TG nuts, so every time I would visit, he would roast TG nuts and give them to me until the time of her death. So now the Dombos, you have a duty to give me G nuts every time I come to Butareja.
As wreaths were laid in honor of the deceased, it was not lost on the day's preacher that Christians needed to prepare for life after death.
When you appear before him that day, he will say, I don't know you. I stood before this and said, I don't know. Even when I sent you into politics, you did not do the right thing. Because politics is a ministry. It's not like if there's a secular something that happens. It's something that God wants you to go and do it and carry righteousness there and carry the grace of God there. And so Jesus is inviting each one of us to the friendship to develop with him.
He joined family members to describe the deceased as a woman of character, worthy emulating.
We all sucked one breath. If we had sucked two, but we sucked one. The other one, all we would do was to milk it, and mother would have been paying for 2 years.
A vigil is scheduled to be held on Friday night at Bulindo in Kira municipality. Burial is slated for Butareja district on Sunday. Henry Okrut, UBC.
May her soul rest in eternal peace. We'll now take a short commercial break and be back with more UBC News tonight.
Today in history.
On 7th January 1972, then Archbishop of Kampala, the Most Reverend Emmanuel Nsubuga, launched the second and final phase of the construction of the Basilica at Namugongo Catholic Martyrs Shrine. The first phase was launched in August 1969 when the Pope visited Uganda. During the launch, Archbishop Nsubuga blessed the iron pillar and other materials with water drawn from the River Jordan in the Middle East, where Christ was baptized.
Everyone deserves more this festive season, which is why MTN Momo is giving you more Secu points on your MTN Momo withdrawals at agent locations. Get 150 Senki points for every 1,000 shillings spent in withdrawal fees. More Senki points means you get more free minutes, more free MBs, more free SMSs, and more free Momo Pay shopping. To use your Senki points, dial *141#.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Parents, guardians and caregivers, there's a confirmed polio outbreak in Kampala, and therefore the Ministry of Health will conduct a national house-to-house polio immunization campaign. The first round of the campaign will take place from Friday, the 14th of January to Sunday, the 16th of January 2022 in all districts of Uganda. During the national house-to-house polio immunization campaign, health workers will come to your homes and immunize all your children under 5 years of age. Please note that the national house-to-house polio immunization campaign does not replace the routine immunization. The polio vaccine is safe, effective, and free.
Parents, guardians and caregivers, please ensure that all your children under 5 years of age are immunized against polio during the National House-to-House Immunization Campaign from Friday 14th January to Sunday 16th January 2022. The dates for the second round of the campaign will be announced in due course. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, World Health Organization and partners.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Come to Capital Shoppers. We have a variety of items like gift hampers, foods, garments, cosmetics, and all sorts of drinks. Enjoy your shopping experience this festive season at affordable prices in our fully stocked branches in the following areas: in Tinda Stretcher Road, opposite Makere Business School along Port Bell Road, Duster Street opposite Nakasero Market, and Garden City on Yusuf Lule Road. To all our customers and suppliers, we thank you for your continuous support. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay safe, wash your hands, sanitize, and wear your mask always.
It's the 2021 Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations. Live, free and exclusive to your public broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Parents, guardians and caregivers, there's a confirmed polio outbreak in Kampala, and therefore the Ministry of Health will conduct a national house-to-house polio immunization campaign. The first round of the campaign will take place from Friday, the 14th of January to Sunday, the 16th of January 2022 in all districts of Uganda. During the national house-to-house polio immunization campaign, health workers will come to your homes and immunize all your children under 5 years of age. Please note that the national house-to-house polio immunization campaign does not replace the routine immunization. The polio vaccine is safe, effective, and free.
Parents, guardians and caregivers, please ensure that all your children under 5 years of age are immunized against polio during the National House-to-House Immunization Campaign from Friday 14th January to Sunday 16th January 2022. The dates for the second round of the campaign will be announced in due course. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, World Health Organization and partners.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. We now take you to the world of business. Private school owners have asked government to consider giving them a tax holiday as they prepare to reopen schools on the 10th of January 2022, which had been closed for close to 2 years now. They are also asking government to talk to commercial banks to allow them pay only the principal amount they had acquired before COVID-19. Let's take a look.
Are excited following the recent go-ahead for them to open. The director Little Stars Nursery and Daycare, Nansana Wakiso District, Naomi Katusime, has asked for more government support as schools reopen come 10th January 2022.
I'm requesting the government to help us and discuss with the banks about the issue of the loan. Most of the private schools, they have loans with the bank and they see how they can reduce for us the accumulated interest.
Katusime says that since they are handling young children, they have also agreed with parents to provide them with enough masks.
We are going to sensitize them, tell them about COVID, and even we told the parents, those who came and those who are coming, we are telling them to bring the masks. Each parent has to bring a box of masks. When they come here, we change. When they reach, we have to change as they are young. After break, taking breakfast, we have to change. After lunch, we have to change. When they are going back, also we give them another mask. But when they are coming, they have to come with a mask.
She also asked the government to consider stimulus fund for private institutions, adding that they play a very important role in the education sector. The deputy headmaster, Kakongulu Memorial School, Chibuli, Momsa Karanz, explains that despite challenges posed by COVID-19, schools are ready to reopen.
A big private school, I give us a break of the taxes. You know, the taxes. So you cannot levy taxes on private schools because you levy, some of them might end up being dropping out. How much? Many have dropped out. Another appeal is there may be, I've heard, because it is in the pipeline, that the government is going to give teachers 100,000 shillings. It's okay, let them give the teachers. Maybe it can maybe push a teacher for some time. Yes, even if it is this, you have to take it. Baganda say katunukazi damulisho. So I think the teachers have to look at that. We thank the government, His Excellency, for that, at least, for that further heart that he has for the teachers.
And that brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock edition of the News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, and we shall now have the weather updates by Africana Majezi. Let's take a look.
Good evening once again. You are welcome to today's weather broadcast brought to you by Uganda National Meteorological Authority in conjunction with UBC. I'm Majezi Africano, your today's presenter. There have been a reduction in wet activities in our country, and the satellite picture of our Africa shows that the rain belt is far in the south of our country. And we need to take a closer look at our country. From northern sector, we are receiving dusty particles that are causing the hazy conditions we have received in our country. The rain we have received around Lake Victoria today, it was because of the local effect. Tomorrow in the morning, we expect light rains around Lake Victoria. In the central and southwest, we expect cloudy conditions, and the northern sector is expected to have sunny conditions. In the afternoon, we expect a pickup of wet activities in the southern sector, but in the eastern, northern and northwestern, we expect to have cloudy conditions. The temperature is expected to reduce a bit in the northern sector, and we expect 32 degrees Celsius in Karamoja region. In our city center Kampala we expect 27 degrees Celsius, and in the southwestern Uganda we expect 24 degrees Celsius. Elsewhere across the globe we expect Moscow to have snowy conditions. London plus Paris we expect light rains. Dubai together with Nairobi we expect cloudy conditions. Thank you for being with us. Stay tuned.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky